Hey everybody, it's that K-A-T-T. I am so sorry for the little bit of a late delay. We was supposed to start at 6:30, but some things just popped up that delayed me. I haven't even joined the Discord yet. I'm getting all the stuff loaded up and ready as we speak. And once I get this all set up, then we will be jumping into the Discord. Looks like that's all good and going. So now let's just join the Discord.
Too late to cancel like that. Like we are the same way. But if you
Yeah.
know, if do as much as you
No,
can, man. And then, like I
we
said, we're
will.
working on a busted setup, so we're not going to be upset
Yeah.
either. We are just here for it.
And
Yeah.
shorter is perfect then. I'm not saying
Uh,
that we don't love playing with you guys, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Sorry about this, guys. We'll go
we
for
know for
as
sure.
we will go for as long as two.
As long as you can go, that sounds
Yeah.
so. Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
I believe in you.
Just let us know, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. Please.
All right. It will. Because I do have some stuff. I have some exciting things, but yeah, don't. Uh, we'll see kind of like how things go, and then I'll let you guys know, and then next week will be better.
Good, good, good.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, hello, Elite. I didn't realize you hopped in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hi, Elite. Just
Yes.
I'm
slipped
here
away.
and live already. So
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
I'm live too, but I'm on starting soon.
Okay, well, let me know when everyone's ready to go.
All right, let me
Oh,
swap out of
by the way,
starting
Lee,
soon.
shout out to your literal character being in the D&D movie. I was pretty impressed.
Hell yeah.
Jonathan.
Dude,
Jonathan.
Jonathan, I love. Did you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to give any spoilers, but me and Darren, well, Topper loved that movie. It was
It
so
was
good.
so
It made me want to
good.
play a wizard again because
hmm
everything she did was like literal from the book with a named spell.
Yeah. No,
uh,
I love the attention. I love the movie too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
39 spells is how many spells were in the movie.
It is
That doesn't
amazing.
surprise me because as a Red Wizard of Fae, she would have double specialized and had a ton of spells per day in
Oh
the
yeah.
few pools she could do.
hmm
Like I think you could probably build that character. Like
Yeah.
it all seemed legit.
They
The
already.
the only thing I was a little iffy about was how well she could Misty Step while still concentrating.
Well, Misty Step is a spell that doesn't break concentration anyway.
Alright, I get that, but it was a very quick answer while she was doing other stuff.
Oh yes. Seru, have you seen the D&D movie yet?
Negatory.
Hmm.
All
It
right.
is a really good movie.
What about
There's
you,
a wizard
Show?
in it. That's as far as we've spoiled.
Yeah, that wizard is actually already built, by the way, Topper. It's a on D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
It
already
is.
up.
Yeah, they made
That
they
makes sense.
made yeah, as a promo thing, they made a monster sheet for each of the main characters.
Yeah.
I used to play a red wizard. Like they were the most like specialized, most advanced build possible for wizards back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
You can tell they put a lot of heart into that movie. It
hmm
was a good
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
movie.
Mm, okay. So, who would let? Well, yeah. The quip. There is no quip today. There's no funny quip today. God is tired. Yeah, as happens.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get something set up here real quick for my recording.
No
It,
problem. I can
it's
just.
Mm-hmm.
it's not showing my rolls, which is weird.
That is weird.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, because it somehow went to my other screen. Awesome, thanks.
Yay.
That'll do it.
Oh my goodness,
All
that
right,
was
let's just make sure
stupid.
this is all synced up. It should be. Yes. And for today's session, I am using the Rotund Dragon dice.
Ah, yes, the Bing Chalker dice. Very
They
nice.
love Big Chunga.
I can't remember the dragon's name, but that dragon actually has a lot of lore in D&D.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Kat, the screen. I don't mean to make a big deal of this, and I'm not trying to, but you accidentally sent me the old overlay. So where it says that Jester is still a fighter barbarian.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I edited the wrong one. I will fix that up later.
It's okay. It's okay. I pulled it up and I was like, wait, didn't we revise that she's just a fighter now?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Just a
that was Midnight Me sending that.
That is perfectly a-okay. I just wanted to give the heads up that I noticed it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll send the most updated one for your for next week's video.
Thank you kindly.
Kind of roll to make sure it works.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna
of
do my
course.
scroll.
God damn it.
Oh no, not the net.
Oh well. I
Ow.
guess you'll just have to die.
Yeah.
You're using all you're using all your you rolled your 100. You're wasting all your good rolls, guys.
No, I actually just rolled 100, so it wasn't
Oh.
actually a D100.
Rolling 100. I see.
I really like your model.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, my new VTuber.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
she's
it's
cute.
so cute.
Yeah, I'm a jellyfish.
You're a jellyfish.
I am a jellyfish.
So cute.
Oh.
And that was a little bubble tea there. Perfect.
And then you got Kevin.
Oh my god.
He welcomes you guys.
Oh my god, look at that. She's a little cat saying hi to everyone.
I still need to get stuff like that set up on mine.
Yeah.
I'm using Streamlabs, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh.
Do you have your affiliate status yet?
No, I don't actually.
All right. Well, if you want to, we're gonna work on that this month.
Oh, okay. That'd be great, actually. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Message me after. We'll work it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. And thank you for the follow. Oh God, I got getting followed today.
All right. Are we all good and ready to go?
Yes, I am ready.
I am ready.
Ready? Seru show, you guys good to go?
Yeah, I got my character sheet up and everything.
Nice.
Because Bry and Krug are sharing a mic, if I heard that correctly,
Yes.
I don't have Krug up for the reactive, so I'm going to have to find his file and manually upload it.
Well,
Super sorry.
I can send it to you, but I'm currently like I'm
Oh,
not
no,
talking
I-
out of my own Discord.
Oh no, I have it. I have the picture. It just won't be reactive showing that you're talking.
I think will be okay. I think
Yeah.
the voices I believe are distinct enough.
I honestly don't plan to talk much, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll add it like maybe during the recording or something so we can get on ways.
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. So where we last left off, you had just entered the town of Leone. And from there, you got a little taste of the state that this town is in. You were almost immediately somewhat ambushed by a group of thugs and a man named Diabolico, who was turned out to be a were-rat and immune to even your strongest attacks. It was also this were-rat that called up forth and awakened the slumbering undead that was currently laying doormat near the gate, and you made a mad dash fleeing them to a man who was calling for you, leading you to safety. And just as the ginormous clots began to descend upon you, you managed to get inside safely into his safe house. Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
Oh,
that it's an awesome
look at
awesome
that.
house. Um,
Oh yeah.
you've been used like you've done Borca before, right, Chris?
No, this is the
No.
first time I've ran Borca.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
I'm I'm very confused. What's going on?
I'm using the same map in Golden Keys.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Um, well
It's
then,
all
I
right.
don't need to tell you about the layout. Okay. Gee whiz. Okay.
it's just a funny random happenstance. Like they're like I didn't tell you which houses I was using. You didn't tell me which house. Obviously, you're not telling. You won't tell me which houses you're going to use to help
Yeah,
keep
of course.
surprise and all that. It's just funny that we both picked the same one. It's a really good house, in other words.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what's the purple thing on me?
Oh, that's something I forgot. That's an inspiration that's probably long gone.
Yeah, that was the bardic
Realize
inspiration.
I'm
That is
inspired.
long,
Yeah,
long
sorry.
gone.
Sorry, I thought I hit all the tokens. I must have forgotten one.
No worries.
All right. So, um, yeah. So, sort of patching as you hear sort of the loud growling outside of the undead, and they eventually begin to subside and quickly kind of go down into a murmur. You notice on the other side of this door seems to be heavily reinforced, not only with like strong metals, but also seems to be glyphs and stuff as well. All right.
Nothing's
Well,
going to get in that way, huh?
nothing unliving at least.
Well, that would.
That that was something. Holy.
Yep.
Yes, that wasn't exactly what I thought I'd be coming into when I ran into the city, but Leonia has a little bit more problems than a simple plague.
Uh, my friend, that was the plague.
What?
Excuse me. I think I have something in my ear. You want to repeat what you just said?
I don't know if Theo can fix that.
That is the end result of the gnawing plague.
The the end result.
What happens when the sickness fully takes you?
Oh,
Alright.
Ah.
good heavens.
And
Mhm.
what about the rat person?
My working theory is he's the reason this is all happening, but I haven't exactly had a chance to interview him about that.
Hmm.
Surprisingly, he is unavailable.
Well, I
I
know we
mean,
do
Yes.
have some questions for him, but that will have to wait.
Jester, you started to fight him in the beginning of the battle. There was more than enough unusual things about him, correct?
yeah, he healed faster than I can hit him and hurt him. In actuality, he literally took my blade and cut himself further in his chest with it.
Yes, so apparently he is a being that can rapidly regenerate.
Hmm.
Good.
Fun.
Hmm.
Um, Thank you for helping us and getting us out of there, Mr.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
No
thank you so
worries.
much.
Any? Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I said thank you so much. It's just agreeing, sorry.
No, it's quite all right. Honestly, I'm a little. I wasn't really expecting visitors. I honestly thought that you were supplies, and I was going to be able to hopefully grab them before the damn rat could.
They still give you supplies.
I
We may
have
not be supplies, but we might be the next best thing.
Hmm.
maybe. That's to be seen at the very least. Anyways, make yourselves comfortable. You won't have to worry about any undead making their way in here.
What's your name, sir? I don't think we ever got it. Apologies.
Right, of course. My name, as he goes into you, Jester, with a hand extended. My name is Forrester Newicken.
Oh,
Newicken.
pleasure to meet you. Jester. She takes his hand and shakes it.
Pleasure's all mine.
So how long
Tabali
has
Reba,
that
as
been like
Tabali
this?
gives a bow.
Theo will give a bow. Theo Lambert.
Right.
Rylith will give a head nod and um, Rylith Larn.
Well,
Well, I'm Bry,
mhm.
and the big gentleman over there is Krug.
Nice to meet you all. Truly.
Are you short on food and water?
My supplies are okay at the moment.
How's your supply of silver?
Non existent, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
Why are you asking about the silver?
Because that'll cut the were rat.
Where what?
The were rat. The big monster thing you fought.
Oh, the rat guy.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's a were rat?
I
Assuming
figure
that's
either
it.
that or some witch
Greeted.
person. Hmm? Unless there's some other walking, talking rat people around.
Eh, yes, it's most likely he is a were rat, which is probably why he got rid of every scrap of silver he could in this town.
It's my first thought when she said that he took her sword and cut himself with it. Because the sword wasn't silver.
Yes. Which sword was this exactly?
She's gonna show the Jester the great sword on her back. This one.
Huh. Do you mind?
Sure. She's gonna hold it out to him.
Looks just sorry, it looks very familiar.
Yeah.
It
Heard that a lot.
was, you could say, a parting gift from another group of nobles.
Make a deception check.
Technically, he's not lying.
He's lying about how you guys
Yeah.
got it. Like he's making it sound like it was given to him,
I know.
where he just straight up stole it from. My uncle has one just like this. It just seems very surprising that there would be a duplicate. Even more surprising as it hands back the sword to you, Jester, is that this sword should have been able to cut him. It's laced deeply with magic.
Nope, he just healed right through it.
Blast.
Yes,
It's
I
like
do know.
butter.
I do remember I did take a shot at him with some actual magic force, with some magic force with one of my arrows, and
Hmm.
he was still even able to recover that. But I was thinking that was maybe just because it was a normal arrow.
Yes. Then he has some way of healing beyond his natural capabilities.
Magic.
He
See?
said that his thing was a gift. As she does like the quotations to the other bandits that were with him. Or people. and that they weren't worthy.
Hmm. I'll admit that being a lichen folk in this town would definitely yield certain advantages. The dead probably wouldn't be able to turn you or rip you apart, that is to say. They can't actually spread the disease. However, it is concerning that magic didn't seem to affect it. We might be dealing then. Honestly, I can't even believe that one still exists.
What are we dealing with? Do you think?
A loop guru.
Not familiar.
Pardon?
Uh, an original, so to speak.
Hmm.
Ah,
So, like
Top of
a founder.
a pure breed. Yes, or perhaps a purebred. The curse.
hang
Yes, the curse solidified not only with their body but with their very soul.
Hmm.
So unlike a human with a gift, he's literally the gift.
Yes.
Hmm.
He's capable. Luckily, he can't create. Luke Gurus cannot be created simply by passing the curse. They have to be sort of cultivated, years of breeding, and generations could go by without one being born. I'll give
Those
you the
dark
stuff.
curses don't always make a lot of sense, do they?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, you were close. You were close. Yeah, but Luke Garu, it's a silly word too. Um, so unfortunately, their curses can't be lifted, and the only known way of actually killing one is with silver.
So we need to
Wait,
get something silver.
yes, which is a lot easier said than done. We originally, when I started finding that where rats were lurking about, I decided I'd MacGyver myself some makeshift weaponry, but unfortunately, um, far be it to me to explain what happened, but almost every single ounce of silver in Leonia has mysteriously disappeared.
How much do you think you would need to silver some weapons?
Depends on what weapon you want,
Hmm.
but a lot.
Probably more than any of us are carrying on us.
Depends on how much you're carrying on it. If you're talking about coins, that's I can might be able to melt down some of it, separate the rock and put the iron mixed in with it to make something more pure. What do you have?
That's the only thing is I have 8 silver myself. I don't know about the others.
236 silver.
229.
231.
I also have my this, and Bry holds out their mark of the Raven. I'd like to keep it, but just so you guys know, I believe it is silver.
Shove
Keep
it down his
that.
throat if you get a chance.
That's
Noted.
it's silver, but I think it's more it's probably more valuable as is.
Didn't we
But
I
hold on
agree.
to
I
it.
find
would
a
like to do that.
silver pitcher before we got here? Before we ended up here?
Oh,
This
What did we
a
do with
silver
that?
ewer?
No. I do. I actually do
you
have
never sold it.
a very large.
Yeah.
We may have enough.
Yeah, because you guys didn't sell it, you actually have enough silver on hand to make some weapons. Good job, guys. You inadvertently paved the way to victory.
Inadvertently.
Hold on, Tabali. How many arrows? Like we're talking arrowheads here. How many silver arrowheads can you safely put into something that I am holding down with magic? Magic didn't hurt him, but he's got a brain.
As many as needed.
I obviously can fight up close, and the Echo will copy whatever sword I have. So,
I
I
don't
can
need a
always
long
fight at
sword. You can
range.
cap my teeth if we want to.
All right. Well, this is actually a bit of an interesting development. Unfortunately, while I do have a something I've been using for makeshift, making it and kind of shows it kind of like opens his jacket a little bit. And he shows that he has like a couple of silver bullets for his rifle to make
Ah,
some. I have a press so that I could make ammunition for myself with what little I've been able to scrounge up. Something like making a
Right.
sword or arrowheads is a little out of my wheelhouse here, at least. We'd have to find a forge.
A forge and a crucible.
A forge and a crucible.
And that. But between me and Theo, I think we can make molds for arrowheads.
hmm. I wouldn't figure it'd be impossible.
Yeah.
Yes, we
I
have
will.
the materials. We just need the means.
Yes,
And we
I
need
will.
some way to stop them from coming in and stop us when we light the forge.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So whoever has smithing tools, yeah. So if you guys get a proper forge, you'll be able to make whatever you want, but it'll obviously take some time.
Sadly, I do not have smithing tools.
I think I know at the very least, I think Theo does.
So I have bad news.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
I
you
have
don't.
tinker's tools, thieves' tools, jeweler's tools, and alchemist supplies.
Oh,
So you
okay.
got
This
all the tools
Boy.
except.
except the one we
He's-
need. Okay, sorry.
He's not a
Theo
smith.
Floyd the Hammer. We ain't no communists.
But Suri does.
Yes. Does anyone have smithing tools?
Saber
Yeah,
says
I
he's got
do.
them.
Oh, you do? Okay, there you go. You can
Ah,
forge us to victory.
there we go, Shades.
All
I
right.
wouldn't mind assisting as well.
Well, I would say for the very least for now, rest. Well, it's this place is protected by a hollow spell. My uncle helped me set it up, or at least give me the know-how to do so.
How long have you been here?
Mm, more or less since this all started. I
So you've
was.
seen it develop.
Hmm?
So you've seen it develop then.
I have. I've been trying to work on a cure, but well, I was working on it with my uncle. We were talking via sending stones, but in the last week or so, he hasn't been responding, and I'm starting to get a little worried.
What was your uncle's name again?
That was where the fuck are their names? It was Thomas, the youngest.
Ah, okay.
Wait, wait. Sorry, I got their names here. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah.
Hmm. I see. Well, hopefully nothing has nothing ill has befallen him.
Hmm.
How far have
Hopefully.
you
Theo just
guys
covers his
I'm
gotten?
going
mouth
to
with
use
his
my
hand.
telepathy to,
Hmm?
without anyone else hearing it, tell Tabali stop. He doesn't know anything. Stop giving him information, or we're gonna have to kill him.
Tabali just kind of gets a little smirk on his head, on his mouth, but he doesn't say any more on the matter.
Hmm.
Excuse me. You said that there was no way something unliving could get through the door. So what is that loot garud? Is that technically living?
Yes, but he seems to have his own agenda.
He's
I.
trying to convert people, give them his gift.
Shit.
Would you
That's
mind
a,
if I do something to the door?
as long as you don't open it.
Yes, no open, no open. And with that, I'm going to cast snare just in front of the door, right there.
I
I'll
like
have to,
that.
I'll have to remember that, but thank you.
Don't leave that way if we have to leave quickly.
I think it's a pretty easy save. No, Dex 15, so that's moderate.
It could catch something that tries to break through the door.
So
Mhm.
would Forrester mind if I cast it?
Yeah, he doesn't mind.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark
Um,
off a spell slot.
Sounds
There's
good.
no way I can beat a Dex
Forrester,
cost.
do you have notes written around about that stuff?
How about the plague? Yes, I have them upstairs.
Well, after we rest, then you and Theo should talk. Theo's a doctor.
Oh.
Yes.
Freelance or from a house?
I was freelance until I was recruited just recently. And he's gonna pull out the Pefiat.
His
Show it.
eyes kind of like widen a little bit, like, Lady Boritsi, we
Yes.
might be able to solve this yet.
Yes.
Who's
Well,
that?
obviously the standards for what I was presuming I was coming into have rapidly changed. So your notes will provide a much needed head start on what we can do for this now chaotic town.
What do you call those things wandering around outside?
What, the zombies? There's just zombies. I haven't really had time to come up with a clever name for everything.
Yes, I studied some little bits of necrotic nature, but to think that we'd actually see zombies.
Only in Borca.
Apparently so.
At this point, he kind of notices you, Bri, looking at the deer. Do you like it?
I mean, I'm sure at one point it was beautiful. Did you kill it yourself?
No, this, I imagine that the residents did.
Ah, okay. Do you think it had a name?
Perhaps.
Hmm. Well, I think we have bigger things to worry about other than this unfortunate deer, but
When we're done with the city, we can resurrect the deer.
I mean, it has no body.
It's on the wall.
Well, I see your point, Krug. Thank you. I just, as a creature of nature, I always feel a little sad for these guys. Like, some people I hear like to put my kind on walls. But either way, I like it. Thank you. It's beautiful. And thank you for letting us in your home. I am Brian, and I am a cleric of
Ah,
nature.
again, Forrester Newican. And sadly, this isn't exactly my home.
Whose is it? Do you know? Or did you just come across it?
Little bit of both, I guess you could say. I knew the residents here for a time before they succumbed.
No, I'm very sorry for what's happened here. It's quite dreadful.
It is.
Hmm. But we're here to help and do whatever we can to try and make it so that you and the others who have survived and are still surviving can make some sort of recovery, no matter what that might be.
Mm-hmm. Well, in any case, it's here. Let me show you where you'll be staying tonight.
No, thank you. I just thought I was sleeping on the floor.
No, I have. There are beds.
Hmm. Oh, how kind.
Gestures, walking up to Theo and taking his arm. We need
Oh.
to remove the crest on that gun.
Uh, Yes, the
Or wrap the butt of it. Keep that crest hidden.
Grug?
Oh, come on, let's get moving.
I
Mhm. All right. We are. Then, for those of you who are, everyone's going up. Oh,
Helena?
there you go. There you go. Right. The rooms are there, there, and over there. Should you need it, there is a restroom right there. If you need anything, I'll be in here. Make yourselves at home.
Thank you
Hmm.
kindly. I kind of looked around at everybody. Well, now what?
We can't leave.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Probably best if we do get some rest.
yeah. Well,
Nice try.
as said, we're here till we fix it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, time to split up.
Yeah. I'll probably head to bed in a little bit. I'm going to kind of check around a little bit. Just get a feel for the house.
All right.
Kind of
Knock
listen.
yourself out.
Okay. You can sleep by my door.
No, no, no. I'm downstairs.
Oh, you want to go downstairs?
Right. I think I might.
Okay. Well,
I was
Bri just goes into meditate and then sleep.
I was gonna take the chair for all reasons because I don't need much sleep. I
Mhm.
meditate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
Tabali's going to kind of look in the closet here, see, just kind of poking around.
why was there two Theos? Yeah. So you find this sort of old closet. Make me an investigation check.
Wait, two of me? I only see one.
I deleted the other one.
Okay.
There's one still by the entrance.
Oh, that's weird.
You're kind of looking around, just kind of like you're kind of like have an idea of what you're looking for, and you find it, but it's broken.
Ah, like just no strings, or
Like snapped in half.
Tabali picks it up. It's like, well, maybe I can fix this up.
Hmm.
So Tabali will take the broken loot.
So I heard some rummaging around, and I'm going to go investigate as to what it was.
You'll see Tabali, and he's well, what are you carrying there, Tabali?
Tabali has found kind of a broken loot in the closet there.
Oh, you can play?
Yeah, I've been in my younger days. I've been known to sling a song or two, and I was just trying to see if I could find something to help pass some time.
Uh, Chris, would mending work on that?
Only one way to find out.
Doodle, woodaloo, woodaloo, woodaloo. That's my mending noise. You're welcome.
That's better than it going like, oh yeah, as it goes back together. So
It's just,
there are worse
oh my
noises.
god, there are. All right. So after a minute, you just standing there doing the mending spell. It does indeed. You put the arm back onto the base of the lute. I don't know terminology for instruments. I'm
The
The
neck.
neck and a
The
body.
neck. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So you do
Hey,
that,
hey,
but
I can mend a broken neck.
Yeah.
in this one particular case, yes. Um,
While they're going on their loot, I would like to knock on the door. It doesn't
of
have to happen at
course.
the same time, but that's why I'm standing here. Not
Yeah, of
screaming
course.
at the
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna get to you as soon as the loot stuff was done.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm
Um,
just staring at him.
yeah, I know. I get that. I get that.
He looks at me.
All
and
right.
I look at him.
So,
Catch up.
no. Yeah. So it's still you're still gonna have to find another string for it to Bali, but it is
Mm-hmm.
fixed.
All right. Well,
Cat,
I guess
cat.
Tabali's going to kind of look around the house a little bit. He can kind of rummage around while Krug does his scene there.
Yeah, we're just gonna do Krug next. So there's
Thank,
a knock on the door.
thank you, Rieth. And he goes downstairs.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you
Now
guys
there's a
keep
knock
going.
on the
I
door.
just wanted to like tell you why I was standing there.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Now we can do you next.
All right, so Krug
Oh,
will
yeah.
politely knock on the door.
Come in. It's open. Krug,
Right.
what can I do for you?
Calm down. I just need a map.
A map.
Do you have any maps of the city? Anything that I can use to begin planning?
Ah, right. See if I have one I can spare. As he goes over to his little bookshelf there.
Ritzy sent me,
Ah,
along with the others, for a different reason. I'm not going to be able to help you solve a plague. I'm not going to be able to help people that are hurt. But I see now exactly what I need to take care of.
and what exactly is that?
I can't be turned.
You can't be turned.
How could I?
Ah, right.
With my employment, I have the protection of the crown where I'm from. So my racial status never came up, not with anyone I couldn't snap the neck off of. Here, things are a little different. So I have to use the things I have to succeed where others can't.
I see. Maybe when we're in less of a chaotic state, I'd love to hear about this place that where you are from. I often find myself very curious about what happens outside the mist.
It's it's different. This is a different world. The rules here don't make a lot of sense to me.
Hmm. I suppose you could possibly say that about any different world.
Of course.
Right then, as he pulls out a scrap, like a piece, like kind of like a rolled up piece of paper. This should be fairly up to date. Minus, of
Thank you.
course, the whatever damages the plague has caused.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Is there a church still standing in this city?
North side, there's a Church of Ezra. You'll have to go through a lot of the plague in order to get there.
That doesn't surprise me. When it spoke, or when he spoke, he talked about a gift. He made the same sort of uh, wild statements that the clerics made in Neverwinter when they were hurting people. So I figure that's the first place to look. I didn't
All right.
realize it was going to be this, but with a few days' help, I'll probably be able to move around the city without anything seeing me.
Well, if you do figure that out, please be sure to share it.
Oh, don't worry, Forrest. For now, everything lines up. We're on the same side.
Well, that's great to hear. I hope it stays that way.
I told you there are different rules here. If it changes, pay me out.
With what money?
Fair cop. We'll figure something out though. And Krug's going to take the maps.
All right, do you get the map? I do so. And with that, as you take a little look there, Krug, and I'm gonna bring everybody over just so you know.
There's
Oh.
exactly what I
Da,
wanted.
da, da, da.
So this is sort of like a rough idea of the
Yeah, not
map.
exact.
Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
it's not exact. Yeah. I would say that like spaces here are a lot more spacious. So I'm going to put a little marker.
So it's more zoomed in than it should be.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, the town is like well, this map is way smaller than the last map you were at. So
Right. So
Yeah.
this is more of like a local, like a regional map.
yeah.
Where are
So currently you guys are right there.
Okay.
All right. So that makes sense.
Okay.
There's water nearby too. Okay. Good.
Yes. Pretend that water is gone though.
Oh, so
Yeah.
not water nearby. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No, the canals have all been shut off.
Right, because that's where the big thing, like the amalgamation of them was it was rolling in a dried out canal over the
Yeah.
bridge. So that absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, so that's where you guys are, and as you're kind of like looking around, you notice that I'll put a different shape here with a different color. We'll do red. That is the that is the forge, the local
Okay.
forge here,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll change it to yellow. That square is where the church is. Each of these are still going to be rather long journeys.
Right.
Um,
And it doesn't have as much city wall as I was hoping I could Spider-Man around.
well, like I said, this is just sort of like pretend that this is kind of like one of those maps you would find at like a bus station or a gas station, where it's
So
not.
it's like the most important stuff is mapped.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There will be actual maps that I'll use to kind of show you traversing through it and whatnot.
I do not need accurate mapping. I promise you.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. That seems like a huge pain in the ass to make all that work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, regardless, yeah, I'll be sure to have something
Mhm.
there for you.
So I ask a question that you're not ready for. Just tell me.
No worries. Mud/dirt. Okay, cool. I was wondering what that was. So yeah, those were the kind of like the two locations that you were fixing to find, and yeah, and you can kind of always come back here to Forrester's house, which has been kind of protected,
Safe
the-
area.
safe area for now.
That's ominous.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
For
ominous.
now.
No,
Can't be safe forever.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's good. So the forge and the church are in opposite directions.
Okay.
Krug's not going to run off on a hunch, although I definitely, as a player, want to just split the party and immediately go there right now while everybody's asleep because I think it would be thematically hilarious. That's a bad call, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. All right. Yes, I hope you're able to find everything that you are looking for.
I figure I will be. When this is over, I got some questions.
Well, I'll do my best to answer them then.
Till then, thank you.
No problem. As he kind of goes back into his seat, and you would spy that he has like a sending stone sitting next there to kind of some papers. And kind of as you leave the room, he goes like, "Uncle Thomas, are you there? Please respond."
Krug is not visibly emotional, but does make a note of the poor little guy calling to the person whose head I carried around for several days.
All right. Let's see here. What are you just going back? Are you going to bed now, Krug?
I guess everybody else is. So I'm not. I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm just doing another quick investigation. Like, doesn't have to be role played or anything.
You would just find really in there, honestly, junk and like medical supplies.
Okay.
It's sort of like he's Forrester has kind of like grabbed anything even remotely useful and has been kind of just stockpiling it.
All right. So I won't find a spare string here, eh?
No, unfortunately not. Won't be that easy.
All right.
All
I
right,
will say Jester does pray before she goes to bed, Chris.
fun. Yeah. So Theo and Jester, was there anything you guys wanted to do before going to bed?
She's, other than her physically praying, the first time that I think any of the party is actually seen because she's kept it out of sight mostly.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time she's actively praying in front of somebody, just sitting in the corner with her hands clasped.
There you go.
Theo is actively distracting himself by trying to make an experimental elixir. Uh, Zoe doesn't say anything about Thomas or any situation with that. Also, he's hiding his gun
Mm-hmm.
pretty heavily.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He is sweating on the inside. He's not good at holding secrets.
Yep.
Then she's gonna let go of her hands and look at him. Just wrap up the butt of the gun. Say you need it for stability.
He's gonna see if he has anything to do that with.
I mean, you could probably find like some rags or something, or what have you, to kind of conceal it.
Yeah. Um. Well, the adventurers' clothes in here like my actual clothes, or are they like backup clothes?
The adventurer clothes is kind of like, that's actually a good point. I would say probably just like a backup pair, like if you ever wanted to break out of the suit and tie.
Yeah. Then he'll like rip a sleeve of that and cover the mark of the gun
Yeah.
with it.
All right. Cool.
Just wanted
Anybody
that
else?
clarification.
Yeah. No worries. Anything else, Theo?
I have to roll you. I
Oh right.
believe
Yeah.
it.
Roll for your
A
elixirs.
D6.
I think so.
Let me just double check.
It should be in your features.
It's a d6.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I can actually. I technically could have made two.
Yeah, you can make two. I think
Let's
after you
see.
finish a long rest, you can make one, or make two. I guess now.
Whenever you finish a long rest, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Two d6s that I imagine.
yep, two
Can you
d6s.
make me a cup that makes everything taste better?
Two
I
fives.
probably could. I have no idea what that is.
Are they not? Is it not listed on your? Hmm.
No, it just says that I can make them.
Well, that seems like an oversight. But let me pull them
Oh
up.
wait, no, you have to click it.
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
Jerry, Jerry,
Both
get him.
potions are flight.
Oh, cool. More flying! Yay!
I believe I can fly.
I know I can fly.
Well, I guess getting to the frickin' one area or the other just got super easy.
For 3 people.
4 people because of Krug's.
Hey, I've got
Primate.
spider climb, web, and feather fall. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I can jump really high.
But you can jump really high. I forgot about that.
Frickin' and frickin' Rylus can shape change into something and just hitch a ride. Or
Turn into a
I am-
bird.
Just,
he
yeah.
can't turn into a bird yet.
Mm-mm. But he can turn into a deer.
Or a wolf that gives me bonus movement speed.
Or
Can you
like
turn
a
into a balloon?
no.
You even have balloons back then?
All right, that's the question.
It doesn't matter because he can only turn into beast guys.
Fair enough. All right, cool.
I just like to say that before Bry settles down, they mentally say, "Why did they pick the room with the poor dead bear?" And they stare at the bear sadly and just kind of like roll over.
Well, at least you don't have a moose looking over you.
That is very true.
Oh, I
Moose.
just found that amusing.
Pain.
All right, so Tabali, you take 22 points of psychic damage.
I'm casting Power Word Pain as a fighter.
Huh? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
Yes, it is. It's called I Hit You with My Hammer.
There you go.
Oh, but that's
Power
not
Rate broken head.
power word. That's just hammer. That's just bludgeoning damage.
That's just hit.
But
That's
it-
not a spell. That's just
but
hitting
it's-
someone with a hammer.
But that's like cast iron.
Ah,
Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna play this.
that made me laugh. I can't help it.
No, it's a good one.
No, it's funny. I just my head hurts now. I'm getting psychic damage. So yeah, if your skills don't say specifically everything, click in the skill and it will tell you.
Mhm.
I'm finding that out. If you
So
haven't
we're
already
long
been.
resting then?
Yes, everybody. If there's no one else wants to do anything else, everyone can now take a long rest.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Like
Yay.
essentially, like as the Bali's kind of sitting there, he is kind of humming and singing a bit of a song to himself, but not really singing it out loud quite yet.
Mhm.
Finding music for what's accompanied the lyrics I've written down in my head is almost next to impossible.
Yes.
So would I just roll would I roll my d6 now just for because
Yes.
confirmed long rest?
Yes. Yes, you can do so now.
Chris, I forget something.
What's up?
When I long rest, I'm allowed to change a spell or two, right?
Yes, you can shuffle around all your prepared spells.
Okay.
That the same deal goes with you, Bry, and to your paladin spells there, Krug.
What's going on?
If you want, just because Theo was talking about reorganizing his prepared spells, I just want to remind you and Bry that you can do so as well.
All right. Yeah, I
With your
do it at
just
level
with
up.
your yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
yeah, with your paladin
you're-
stuff you can shuffle around. Your sorcerer
No,
stuff
no,
are
no,
set in
I
stone.
can do
Look
that.
at that forever.
Yeah.
Chance.
Yes, Bry, you can do that.
Okay.
Is it dawn?
Dawn?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
you mean time wise?
yeah,
It
Because-
will be, yes.
my web wand has to get charges back at dawn, and this is the first time I've ever even used it.
Oh, yes. Typically, yeah, whenever you finish a long rest, dawn will happen.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. The
So,
wand replenishes 1d6 plus 1. So I'm gonna click it. Are you ready?
okay, I'm ready.
2.
Get 2 charges back.
That's interesting because that doesn't fill it up all the way. So it is like you do sometimes get it and you do sometimes not. That's kind of
You're at least guaranteed to get 2 back.
well, and it also can explode on if you run out of uses. Like if you run it, you can lose it. So that
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
use is gonna be like you guys better be dying before I'm gonna touch it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
no, it generally is considered not a great idea to try and use the last one unless it's like really, if I don't, we're all gonna
Yeah.
die.
That's like just throw the net out to keep everybody from falling in the pit. That's the
Yeah.
only use for that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Jester is kind of not using up a lot of supplies, but she's starting to make breakfast herself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, once everyone is successfully long rested, you can make your way down out of your rooms downstairs, whatever you would like. Ah. As Tabali and Rylith, you'd see Forrester making his way down the stairs. I hope you both had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, it was a decent one, Specs, but I was just like did kind of poke around a little bit, and Tabali pulls out the loot, and I happen to have found this. I hope it's all right.
Oh, that broken thing? If you want it, it's yours. I was keeping it around more for emergency kindling.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm sure Forrester would see that it's no longer broken, just missing a string.
So you fixed it.
Well, Shade's back there. He helped doing the fixing. It's just missing a string, as Tabali's kind of tuning the rest of the strings.
Oh, well, hopefully you find one. I'm afraid uh, loot strings are not exactly on my in my pantry. I'm sure you'll find one if you look hard enough.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I will come across one. And Tabali kind of goes back to tuning it a little bit while humming a tune.
All right. Krug and Bry, how are you guys doing?
Well, we accidentally removed one of her cantrips, but other than that, we're doing okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Fine.
You can just pop it back in.
Yeah, it was light. It's one she's used before.
Yeah.
No, it's my
worries.
fault. It's different on the app is different than the website. Like using it on the tablet's different, so I goofed it.
Everything on the
Oh,
tablet
really?
is different.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that because
Yeah,
I've never used it on
Okay.
tablet.
Yeah, it was just a touch different than
I can do another cantrip.
yeah. So put the one back in there
And then which other one do I want to?
and then we'll redo
Can
your
I do? Oh, I
nope,
can't.
those are ones.
Oh.
So sorry, we're just working on this. We will come downstairs and get
Okay,
you set
okay.
up. When-
Okay, while you guys are doing that
downstairs?
then, Theo, what's up?
Yeah. Apologies, just give me an extra second more. I'm trying to figure the last skill or the spell I want to prepare.
Oh, yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, no, take your time.
Uh,
Jester, are you also rearranging your spells?
yeah, totally rearranging my spells. I have so
Yeah.
many to go through, Chris. So many.
I mean, also, if you wanted to, Rylet, you can also rearrange your spells.
I am good with the ones that I have. Thank you, though.
All right, cool. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that druids can also do that as well.
Okay,
Mhm.
I should be good now.
All right, cool. So after you're done getting your spells all sorted for the day, what are you going to do today, Theo?
As per discussed before, Theo will be actively looking to study up on Mr. Newikin's notes of the plague.
Yes. Well, you would have to go find him.
Yes.
He does not keep it sadly in the guest bedroom.
Yeah, I gotta go there.
What do I roll to see how good of breakfast Jester makes? I
Mm,
just roll my chef tools.
Sure.
Didn't you even roll the chef tools?
it's
Yeah.
Krug, if you may excuse me.
Chef. Oh yeah. You can make them a custom action. I think. Kind of like cry.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'm gonna. I would kind of wish you did it automatically, but I mean, this works. And I would say use your wisdom.
Use my wisdom.
Yeah. So if you want to make me a wisdom check with and then add your proficiency, that's what we can do.
All right, sounds good to me. So 8 plus 3.
So how good is your cooking?
8 plus 3. So
It's nothing special,
eh.
but it'll probably be edible.
Oh, that's nice.
What do you mean, probably?
Only
She
one way
doesn't
to
have.
find
I
out.
don't think she has a lot to work with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Probably just-
it's like basically like preserves, like things that are easily preserved, like a lot of like salted and dried meats, things that are pickled,
Mm.
a couple of some eggs and stuff like that. So you make a sausage jerky and pickle omelet.
I think
Oh,
my
that's
I think she
As a
might just
German,
like
I'm for that.
she might put the pickled veggies on the pickled stuff on the side, but yeah, the sausage and egg omelet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds something like something I made when I was in high school
Yeah.
for a
So I could
completely
make
different
purified
reason.
food and water this level if we do need to do that.
Oh, create food and water.
Wow.
No, purify.
Oh,
Junie's got to cook it, but no matter how good it is, I can make it good.
That is true.
That-
You could.
Wow.
I'm support, Junie. Don't worry. I'm
Well, that's
like the
only
sweet
if
chef.
the food is poisoned or diseased, if I remember correctly.
If you want to make it taste better, it's precipitation that you use.
Did I press the digitation yet?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Cantrip.
Nope, I don't. Oh man, that's
Tamale
right.
knows it.
Oh, Tabali has it.
Why am I not surprised?
I already
Oh, yeah,
asked earlier for a magic item to make things taste better from the artificer. Like I'm already on board.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
thank the bard for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got that Bard, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Just gonna walk out in like her apron with a few plates. It's not much, but it will stop you from being hungry.
Ah, I don't think I've had somebody cook me food in quite some. Oh, that's
Yeah, I told you it's food. You don't have a lot here.
are.
Apologies.
Are you sure it's food?
She gives him a look, like a stern look of like a mother, as she points a spoon at him. Don't
All right,
test
I'll eat.
me.
I'll eat it. I'll eat it.
Don't test
Put
me.
it in your
I
kitchen.
I appreciate. I appreciate um, the meal.
Tabali,
As-
yeah, Tabali does take a bite of the food.
It tastes like eggs, with like somewhat cooked, like jerky, and then pickles.
Hmm, I have had
That's
worse
the
meals
last
out in the
thing he
bush.
has.
Bri will get
first-
one that doesn't have sausage in it, though.
The first bite is gonna make
Right,
Theo
Grandpa?
like squint a bit, but he's gonna get over and try to eat it actively.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that as a half orc and as a meat eater, this is right up Krug's alley. So he's probably going to be tearing in like he did at that one course of that one meal.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that protein.
Yo. Well, if I can't
Ooh,
eat my party members, I got them.
wow.
We all appreciate you not eating the party.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're not finished yet.
Yeah, you're right. We're still early in the campaign. Who knows?
I mean, the Arakakra would taste good. Yeah, like come on.
Yeah, just give
Well,
me a
you
heads
know,
up
when you want the best meats,
Yeah.
When I want what?
when you want the
I'll go to
best
a
meat,
store.
you gotta work for it.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
cut
go to a
above.
store.
Right, Forrester. I
Yes.
would like to take some of your time today and review some of your notes that you've gathered about the plague.
Right. Yes. I
See if
would.
anything could be done for forward progress.
Yes, maybe. I've been looking at it myself ever since Terror went AWOL.
Hmm.
Perhaps a fresh pair of eyes might be able to see something I'm not.
Could be. But let's enjoy breakfast first. We're going to have a long day ahead of us.
Yes, very well. As he slowly begins to kind of eat the omelet.
Can Chris?
Hi.
Hi, can I propose everybody do? Well, how do I word this? I don't know if I could just say it outright, but Theo is actively pretty somber this morning. He is not verbal, nor is he really looking at anyone.
Yeah, I mean, you can make that kind of obvious to everyone else. If you're ever
Yeah.
worried about like describing like something that your character do, you don't have to worry about like trying to be like in character while you describe something.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing something that would be a stage direction, you shouldn't have to do it in character.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Theo is actively not looking at anybody today.
there you go. And yeah, we can say that people, if they think they would pick up on that, they can pick up on it.
Jester's picked up on it, I would
Yeah.
think.
A lot different than the way Theo would normally be in the mornings.
Mhm.
Yeah. Rye's picked up on it. They're kind of picking at their pickles
Mhm.
while they're watching.
Yeah.
Everything okay there, Sparks?
Just there's a lot going on in this old head case of mine. He's gonna poke his head, trying to be a little bit more up, like a more bright, but there's a lot of factors obviously keeping him down.
I want to cast Detect Thoughts on Theo.
Theo, do you want to autofail this, or are you going to resist it?
Um, would I feel that intrusion?
Okay, so I'll let me click it to you. Yes, at the end of it, you are definitely going to know that I'm. But I also wouldn't be doing it without just also using the telepathy to be like, "Hey Theo, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
So
Um,
but
Um.
there.
So, yeah, oh god, I forgot how long this spell is.
Oh, good lord. Hey, you know what? Never mind. Let me just use my telepathy to ask, "Are you all right, Theo?" Because that would be more reasonable anyway.
yeah, I was gonna say if you do
Mhm.
detect thoughts, that might be a waste of a spell, and he would just probably outright tell you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
normally
Gonna-
he's pretty upfront. So I
Yeah.
just thought
yeah.
it'd be a chance to use one of my neat new toys.
Well, you can definitely. There'll be plenty of times. That's a good spell. You could
How
definitely
often do you
use
have
it
a chance to use it
on.
on the party? That's like
No,
You
I
can
mean like
use it on other people.
If Theo is actively resisting, it would make sense. But I think they've come far enough that that he
Yeah.
could trust you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But I want
yeah,
to give him an opportunity to not say whatever it is out loud if he wants to.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, because he would tell you that it it's just it's Thomas. It's
I
just
know.
I'm reliving it. I'm there, and there's a lot of pressure to make this work, and I don't want him to turn on us, nor do I want to have to murder him needlessly.
I told Tabali yesterday, and I tried to keep it quiet. But the safest thing we can do for him is to not let him know.
My and if I have to do what I have to do for all of your safeties, I will.
I don't think it's going to come to that. I'm going to try really hard to make it through here with all of us coming out alive, even the Newican. You have my word on that.
And my rifle to aid your back.
What's that?
My rifle to aid your back.
Mm, I'm going to need it because I have an idea and they're not going to like it, Theo.
Do you want to tell me this idea?
Not yet. It'll come up. I just wanted to check on you.
With that, Theo is going to attempt to try to perk up a bit.
All right.
Herb's going to nod and just keep eating his food like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Rylith is going to like poke at his eggs, kind of like not sickened, but more curious because he's never had eggs before, and he's going to like take like this tiny little bite, and then his eyes are gonna open wide, and he just like takes like the biggest bite ever after that.
Be careful, you'll choke if you eat too fast.
But it's so fluffy and good.
Oh. Here, as you'll see, Forrester kind of has his plate over. He ate like maybe a quarter of it.
It's good enough for
so-
Jester.
Yeah.
Bali has finished his plate.
I was curious if Tavali was going to eat the eggs.
Birds eat eggs.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Rye just really likes the pickles.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
you can
yeah,
have
yeah.
my pickle.
Yeah, Tabali is an omnivore.
Yeah.
That's true. I just feel like I feel like it would be like eating a chimpanzee.
I mean, I think there's birds that eat other birds, so
There are.
yeah.
There's a lot of birds that eat
There's a lot
other
of birds
birds.
that, yeah.
Yeah. bird is the most edible thing on this planet. There are no poisonous birds.
that we know of.
Yeah.
Yet.
True. I mean, yeah, the platypus and all.
I mean, God, the fucking platypus. Okay.
Still a bird
Yeah,
and a
platypus
mammal.
is a bird and a
It's an egg-laying mammal.
Oh, goodness.
capybara is a fish according to the Catholic Church. So
What?
Google
Oh
it.
my
Google
God.
it. Ask me. Talk to me like I'm wrong.
Well, no, I
We'll
I have no
take your
reason
word
not to
for
believe
now.
you. For now, yeah, I'll Google it in my free time. That's weird, but okay.
Made up, Chris.
Okay. Well, see here now. That's the weirdest conspiracy theory of them all. Anyways, right. You, as he points to you there, Theo, um,
Mm.
come up to my come over to my lab. I'll show you what I've been able to figure out.
All right, perfect.
Well, before you head off there, Theo, Tabali is also going to so essentially just start kind of talking your ear off a little bit about this and that, and being also inspiring
God,
for
it's
about
this
10 minutes. Just so everyone has 7 temporary hit points that'll last until a short rest, or until you get hurt by 7 hit points.
All right, Tabala, you've been actively getting you've been getting practice on your speeches, have you
I
not?
feel even inspired.
Why,
Right
yes.
said it here.
I
Was
mean,
that I wasn't listening? And she has like a teasing smile on her face.
yeah, but Tabali kind of laughs. It's like, oh, when you seek out to inspire those, you inspire those who even try to turn a deaf ear to them.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, everyone can add that 7 temporary hit points.
I know I am.
Say 7 or 6.
7.
Oh my goodness, it was
I'm up
6
to
last time.
65. I have a respectable HP total.
Yeah, and like I said, like though that those hit points won't go away until I believe you either short rest or long rest. Whenever temporary hit points normally go away.
Short or long rest,
Yeah,
unless there's
because
a specific time limit.
I know I get the ability back every short rest.
Yeah, and they go away every short rest
Okay.
or long rest. Basically, if you take if you take a short or long rest, you lose temporary HP, unless it's something that specifically says otherwise, like false light, for example.
Yeah, it specifically says each creature gains 7 temporary hit points once per short rest.
Okay.
It's always good to be prepared throughout the day.
All right.
Right. Well, thank you, Tabali, for your words. I'm going to go see these notes. Everybody just relax for a little bit, and if we get some forward motion, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
As he kind of,
collect
sorry, go ahead.
plates. No,
Okay.
just collecting plates.
Yeah. Yeah, as like he's walking, as they're walking by, Forrester kind of was like, "Does he always just monologue like that, unprompted?"
At times he likes to hear himself speak.
Yes. Well, anyways,
Respectfully, he is a good shot.
that's
One of these days, I will actually prepare a 10-minute long speech.
maybe for
Please
the last
don't.
session.
Yeah, for the last session.
You know what? I don't
you can
doubt
I
it.
might load up my musket early.
Yeah, you get one to Bali. You get one actual 10-minute speech, and that's it. Use it wisely.
Use it on the final boss, whoever that may be.
Yeah, you get bonus
Yeah,
points
welcome to
if you do the "I'm a weirdo" speech from Riverdale. The notoriously
Yeesh.
horrible monologue.
Molly,
Anyways,
how quietly can you fly?
Oh, my flight is usually pretty quiet, but not necessarily something that I use for high stealth.
No. I just mean you and I are probably the safest to scout when it comes to it.
That I would agree with you, Kronk.
Need to do something about the armor, though.
That is not one I can help you with.
Fair enough.
I actually have a spell that can help, but I would need to be there with you.
Something I can help you with.
True. I guess if the two of us leave, you guys could wrap us with magic. But
If
Rylith, I don't know if I I don't know if I'd tell you to come because Tabali and I can quickly move away, like very very quickly. So if it comes to a fight, we're gonna get the hell out of there.
if you guys want to get naked, um, I have a spell that can turn you into a really tough tree.
Do I have to be naked?
Yes.
Okay.
No, the target's
Well, I
AC
mean,
can't be less than 16, so no, you have to have armor.
yeah, so if you wanted to be naked and to be lighter, is where I'm getting at.
Oh,
If
and
you
have
like,
AC. For a second, I was like, I'm sorry, what spell turns people into a tree?
dark skin.
Yeah, yeah.
Target skin
Okay.
is rough, bark
Dark.
like appearance.
think
The
out of
target
all that,
AC
that's
If
the
you
can't
least
be
of our
less than
problems.
take off
16.
your armor to be lighter, I could give you tough skin. That could help.
I think it means it can't dip below 16 even naked. Not that you require 16.
Yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you guys wanted to be lightweighted, I could give you guys 16 AC.
Well,
Um,
you could give one of us.
Right. I
yeah.
until I get something made out of mithril, I have proficiency with sneak but disadvantage on sneak. I figure they're sort of talking quietly off screen and we need to vamp.
Hmm? You mean? Oh, you mean for Theo and Forrester?
Right.
Oh no, we were just. I was gonna do that scene kind of once you guys were all done.
Oh,
Sorry.
That's okay. If you guys, yeah, because if you guys have more to talk about, that's go for it.
no, I was literally just vamping because I thought you guys had like
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, then we'll switch over then to Theo and Forrester. So you see kind of like a bunch of stockpiled kind of medical tools and research paper and a bunch of other kind of like junk um in what looks like kind of like a makeshift sort of workstation. Sorry about the mess. I wasn't exactly expecting company, so anyways, right, I guess to catch you up to speed. I'm not. First of all, what exactly have they been saying outside?
That Leone has just been quarantined and that the gnawing plague is here. Not really said much about the intensity of the matter nor the severity of what's happened. Most of the world really doesn't know other than the name.
I see. Well,
Is there a reason why it's being kept under such heavy wraps?
maybe to not cause as much of a panic. Maybe because there's really not much of a way to get the information outside. Lines of communication between those inside Leone and outside Leone are very uh, limited. I was lucky that I
Yes.
even had my sending stone with me when all of this happened. Yeah,
Hmm.
that being said, it does sound like the Nobraskovs have done a very good job keeping this very quiet.
Yes, you said Thomas was the one that you were keeping in contact with, correct?
Yes, but again, hasn't replied back in a week now.
Hmm. That's difficult to take, I assume.
I'm just worried something might have happened to him.
Uh,
Yes, he said he was. Not only that, he was also the primary source of funding here in the Fort Leone. Not exactly sure where he was getting the money from.
right. I feel your pain. I have lost people on the battlefield from my home that disappeared without much notice.
Yes, well, I'm still hopeful.
It's always good to have hope.
But I will admit I wouldn't be too surprised if something did happen to him.
But
Anyways,
yes,
yes,
I
let's.
apologize. I didn't mean to
No,
bring up.
it's fine. It's fine. Just without him and then without terror, it's been difficult. So,
Uh, yes, we were informed of someone named Terra.
yes, she is a. She well, I hope you don't mind, but I've kind of figured out that you folks aren't exactly from around here.
That's a fair assumption, yes.
Yes. She was the. She's the Ritter's doctor.
Oh, right.
Hmm. One of the very few that actually bothers to. One of the few royal families that actually bothers sending in their doctors to come and actually help with the plague.
Right, but why is her name Terra? That isn't actually an inspiring name for medical purposes.
I couldn't really tell you why her parents decided to name that. Might be a traditional orcish name. So I'm sure her
Ah, so
parents didn't
she's an orc doctor then.
half orc, but yes.
Ah, interesting. Yes. Okay. So I'm seeing the
By
scope of what you've been working with, and it seems you've been working under tight situations here.
yes. Sadly, recently, Tara and I have had a falling out. I'm still hell bent on actually finding a cure for this. Taylor has decided that a more direct approach is necessary.
Do you have any idea what she's attempting?
Um, well, her last words were that she was just going to put a piece of lead in between the eyes of every single, pardon my French, fucking zombie and rotten flesh walker that's there. So I can't say it's a really good one.
Of course, there would
Her,
never be enough silver to cover it.
oh, you don't need silver for the zombies. But she did take a couple of silver bullets as well. Wouldn't be surprised if she was going to try and take down Diabolico. She also thinks that possibly getting rid of the were rats might be able to affect the curse some way as well, but that seems um, based on little more than outlandish theory.
Well, it may not be as much of a theory as you think. And when we engaged the rare rat on our arrival, he rang a bell and things were brought to life. The zombie plague that you would say were summoned by this ring.
Hmm. He looks at you and kind of like points his finger, he waves his finger a little bit, like, do not tell her that I think she was right then.
Is it more of a personal grudge, or is it more of you think she'll do some erratic action?
Oh no, she'll just never let me hear the end of it.
Ah, so you also get that.
Oh wait, the tall scary woman.
Mm.
He puts like a hand on your shoulder in sympathy. He's like, I understand.
Yes. And who also knows to try to be right, and when proven wrong, never hears the end of it. Understood.
It's so frustrating.
I know, right?
Jester's eye twitches for some reason.
She can't hear because she's behind a wall.
I know I can't hear. It's like
Yeah,
somebody's
it's like someone
talking
just
about
walked
me.
over her grave feeling.
Yeah.
Right. Well, all jokes aside, Forster, let's
Yeah.
dig into those notes.
Right. Well, here's some things that I am fairly confident about. The plague is spread via bites from vermins, specifically rats. You may notice, as he kind of looks to his feet, as he points down to his feet, while the rest of his he's wearing like a very kind of like nice suit that's well a little bit kind of wear and teared. He's wearing kind of like pretty much like steel boots. 95% of the cases have been shown bites around the ankles and feet, meaning that these rats strike at your ankles when you're walking about town. Um, None of you have shown any symptoms, which is good. Otherwise, you also would have been alerted to the spell. That being said, I would recommend find yourselves a good pair of steel boots. Not exactly great for sneaking around in, but you won't have to worry about getting infected. And I will say, anybody who is wearing medium or heavy armor already has this applied to them.
Yeah, Jester's fine.
Fries
Unless
and
you're-
bird
yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
Wait, is that good or bad for us? Sorry.
Bry, you're fine. Krug, you're fine. Jester's fine. Theo, I believe, is fine. You have scale mail on, right?
Yes, that's the artifice.
This
Yeah,
was
yeah.
for. I'm sorry, I missed what we were talking about. Is this for disadvantage?
No, this is
Um,
for not getting the plague
avoiding
by
the
being
plague.
bitten.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what you could do is, if you want, because basically I was just going to say out of character, and we'll just assume that at some point, Theo will just kind of give you a heads up about
Also,
this.
Chris, I just
Yeah.
remembered the Perfiat too.
Oh yeah, you have that, so you're fine. You're fine. You can't. Oh, also yeah. Theo and Krug are just straight up immune to diseases, so they can't catch it.
Okay, as much
Oh,
as
no,
I
wait.
would love to
Oh,
let
right.
you still think that,
I forgot.
gave away that paladin level, and it's unfair for me to.
No, you're right. You're right.
So I'm the only one that's straight up immune.
Yes.
Well, that is the. As much as I love to play with the rules, they got to be within the rules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's all good. I think
Yeah.
it's not.
So
It's good
yeah.
to be
So Theo, you're fine. Everyone else has to wear boots.
honest.
Which I was
Oh.
just talking about taking off my armor, so here we go.
I mean, I have hooves,
Yeah.
but I do have ankle protectors, I assume.
Yes.
You wearing some chucks?
Yeah. So the basically the way it works is if you have medium or heavy armor, as long as that medium armor isn't like a chain shirt or a breastplate, as part of the ensemble, you do have something that protects your feet from bites.
Wonderful.
That's
Bri,
an interesting thing to have to
yeah.
worry
So
about.
Bri, just I guess for the sake of it, they can't bite through the hooved part, and the
I-
fleshy part
oh.
is kind of like we'll say there's like a kind of like an iron bracer or something around it.
On the leg.
Perfect.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, unfortunately, Tabali and
Fries and bird feet.
and Rylith, you guys might have to consider it. Now you can wear iron boots if you so choose to. Doing so means that you will be able to traverse the area safely. However, you will have disadvantage on stealth checks because loud metal boots.
Clink,
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 Can I
clink,
give
clink.
them bark skin?
Bark
What if-
skin would not help.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's gotta be like the.
What if I just
heavy-
don't land?
Well, then you have to avoid the flying rats.
Flying
Eh,
rats.
I mean, if you
Oh, no.
never stop flying, I guess, but at some point you'll have to touch the ground.
Hmm. I mean, are there boots for Aarakocra?
We're gonna say yes.
Some specially designed bird boots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no because how the hell?
It's called. They just put like literal metal and just make it
Like just
designed for like a
yeah.
chicken.
I
Okay,
call
that's
it first.
actually badass.
Yes. Yeah. I call it. I'm not gonna screw over Carl because he's chose to play an Aarakocra.
I
um.
mean, with Theo knowing this now, he could prepare
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean,
If
like,
we
like we could
Use
also
them
do it up where it's just like, the bits of metal over certain parts of the foot type deal, and just give it the women's armored bikini rules.
Uh, the makeshift armor.
yeah, we
let,
can do
let me
that.
clarify that I have a Fantasia, and I literally just meant like how would that work, not like how would that work mechanically. I
Ah,
can't visualize things.
fair enough. Oh, sorry about that.
No, no,
I
no,
thought you
no.
meant.
No, I have to
Oh, I didn't mean
clarify
to hit
because I
that.
forget
Sorry.
other people can actually see things in their head.
I
Yeah.
wanted to see what the Tinker's tools could do, but I didn't.
Tinker Tools is more like gizmos and bullets and guns and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't know if I can make hybrid stuff for Tabali with what I have.
I would say, you know what, like Forrester has some leftover pairs, and we're gonna say, um, by some string of luck, he has them in Aarakocra size.
I need to
Because
get like better tools. I need to buy more tools.
you, you, well, he has some tools and stuff here. Like he has here Tinker tools, alchemist tools, and herbalism stuff
Get that boy
because that's what he
some
needs
Yeah.
for his
Well, I
workings.
also have the alchemist and tinkers as my thing. It was
Yeah.
more for like blacksmith and stuff, so you can make stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
But that
Right.
would be future ventures. But anyway, I did have a question.
Yes.
Since this is a disease, and if we were to see it early enough, would maybe lesser restoration be able to abate the effect?
I haven't. I'm unable to. I'm not exactly a musician, so I'm a physician, not a magician.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I haven't tried magic.
Well, as
It
far
could
as
work if maybe caught early enough.
yes, as far as I understand, yes, and that's why I say if it's early,
Yes.
that
I
we it could end the disease early, but I cannot say for sure.
that would actually. That's definitely something that would be worth field testing. I would say though, and if you during your traverse around, if you notice any of your companions feeling a bit ill, give it a shot. And please, if you do, record the results. I'd love to hear more about it.
Of course, of course. I've been keeping a journal on most of my fixations around this area, so
Mm-hmm.
and he will like reach into his coat and show that he has a little notebook.
Oh, very nice.
He'll slide it back in.
Hmm. Right then. Other things about the plague. So yes, it spreads through rats.
So
It
contact.
so through contact. Yes. Um,
Good. So then it's not an airborne or any type of other
mhm. No,
dangerous
no, no,
viral spread.
no. You should be able to breathe safely. That being said, there can be more things happening in Borca than the plague. So caution always.
Yes, it does seem like some form of necromancy is about.
Perhaps. Um, Anyways, the plague hits you in 3 stages. It takes about 24 hours. This looks is about the average time it takes to fully transform you into one of those things outside. You'll
Hmm.
notice the initial will be shortness of breath, chills, um, migraines,
Similar flu-like symptoms.
flu-like symptoms. And then it gets a lot worse. By the second stage, your skin begins to become discolored and blotchy. Your certain cartilage begins to peel and curl.
Good
Um,
God, you observed this heavily.
I've tried to stop it, but yes, I've seen far too many people go under the transformation. And then, of course, the third and final stage is of complete zombification.
Aye. By then it'd be too late.
By then, it's unfortunately at that point, I have not been able to find a cure. I would love to be able to find a way to, if I could find a way at least to stop it before it hits the third stage, then we could end this.
Have you tried any? Well, I guess in this situation you wouldn't have the ability to. If you've tried any medicinal or herbal remedies.
I have, well, that's actually something I've been looking into. I've been theory crafting something.
Mm.
However, um, with my current supply chain being constantly raided, it's been difficult to get the necessary ingredients needed uh, to craft my preliminary vaccine. However, I do think I'm somewhat close, but I would need. And he kind of pulls out a list of just sort of like kind of like kind of like medical ingredients, things that you would be able to find normally in like any sort of place of healing.
Like an
But
alchemist shop.
yeah, something like that, pretty much. Things that I don't have at the moment, and
Would Theo be able to immediately identify these should we come
yes,
across any?
yes, he would be able to.
All right.
I'll have a proper list for you later.
Okay, of course. I know you're
Yeah,
tired, so don't
yeah,
spread over too much. I'm just trying to get as much information and little side stuff as we can.
of
Spicy.
course. Yeah, yeah. So I would need those, and I would also need to find a acquire a stage 1 and a stage 2 patient.
That is where the difficulty may come in.
Yes,
Because then
you
at that point we're working against time.
indeed.
Hmm. Tell me, in stage one or stage two, I don't know if you've observed this or not, but seeing as the rats can be carriers, would any bites from a stage one or stage two carry the disease as well?
Surprisingly, no.
No. Really?
Yes, it's the oddest thing. Something about the virus when it contacts humanoid DNA causes a strange mutation that keeps it from being spread. It's a disease that's transferred through species, not. It's actually quite fascinating. It's also why there aren't probably why there aren't many zombified little rats running around anywhere. Can you imagine what that would be like?
Yes, so it doesn't kill the rats, but makes them carriers. And then with that carrier makes the bite to the human or the humanoid figure, which would kill them. That is rather peculiar. Would you
I
think
think
it'd be some type of viral spread in that accord? It would be more open and
man-made.
more susceptible to spread. And he's gonna go on monologue for
Yeah.
like a minute.
and
Yes,
and by the end of it, Forrester basically goes, "I agree with absolutely everything you just said."
right. So the point being with all that is that it doesn't carry to other species with the full effect, but only the transmission.
Yes.
Very, very interesting.
And
That is why I believe it might be magically induced instead of a normal viral contagion.
oh, 100%. I'm almost certain that this virus is man-made. Never heard of any something like this is even too complex even for the endless bounds of nature. Too specific, too targeted.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we've gotten down to a whole bunch of the matter. Someone is creating the virus or influencing it into the vermin. Uh, People are being bit, and there may be an antidote, but that would be risky.
Mm-hmm.
But at least if we were to capture a stage one or a stage two, getting bit would not immediately put us at risk, other than the obvious airborne disease.
Yes. Hmm.
Right.
Well,
Maybe there could be something that could be done.
it
This
could
isn't
be.
a near hopeless situation. The odds could be in our favor if we move,
It could
but
be.
we're also not alone.
Mm.
So then those forces would also move.
Hmm. I do think at least Terra was on to something there. I wouldn't be
Hmm.
surprised if, well, I can't confirm it. I wouldn't be surprised if Diabolico was what had something to do with all this. His appearance here and his meddling seems to be.
Right, you keep bringing up that name, Diabolica. Who is that?
Well, you talked about mentioning a were rat that you weren't able to kill.
Is
The
that
loop
their
bird.
name?
Yeah, that is what their name is.
Right. Right, the Diabolica.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Diabolico.
I have
Yes,
a question, Forster.
yes.
If we were able to secure or restrain one of the Diabolica, could that also be a way we could formulate something?
At the very least, it'd be good to question him. Might
Hmm.
be able to get some information out of it, but that would probably require you being able to injure him, which means getting silver and weapons. Unfortunately, I can't really spare what little I have.
Understood.
Terror took most of my stash when she went on her little crusade.
Do you think she may still be alive?
I think that she is. If she did die, she definitely put up one hell of a fight.
So you're uncertain.
Unfortunately.
Hmm. Well, I've known in the field that usually those who are rather unwilling to change usually end up becoming the most stubborn on the battlefield. She may
Hmm.
still be alive yet.
Here's hoping. Her mind's he's too good of a doctor to die from something like this.
Right. Well, going over everything we know, this is much more than I started out with, and now everything seems to be aligning, though there's still some mysteries missing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
believe with this is the most that we could get out of the situation now,
mm-hmm.
at
Right
least for
then.
the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Right, with this information, may I go debrief my team and see
of
if.
course, of course. I'll be working here for a bit longer.
Alright. Thank you
Right?
for your
Of
help.
course. You're very welcome. All right. Just because it's been a hot second there.
Yeah, that's
While
why I
while
also
you're
wanted to cut it down.
yeah, before he kind of gets everybody back together. Tabali and Jester in the kitchen.
Yeah, so to
Hmm.
Bali, like I would imagine, like this is kind of going on all at the same time as,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. So like Tabali walks into the kitchen there, kind of leans up against the side.
As he walks in, Jester just suddenly sneezes. Someone's talking about me.
Yes, I seem to have those moods as well. But there was something I was meaning to ask you there, Princess.
She's gonna sit down the plate and turn to look at him. What is it?
About. I really just wanted to kind of pick your brain upon the other you.
Her fist tightens on the barrel. Right. I was hoping you'd all forget that you met her.
Oh, I don't think what one could ever forget her, especially since it was in such stark contrast to the jester we know.
She winces. Yeah, yeah, I was something when I was younger. Well, not really even younger. But yeah, that's me. That yeah. Oh, look, more dishes.
Ah, I see. Something happened in the distant past to kind of do something, I guess. I'm no expert on the mind, but I can tell when something sad has happened.
She stops, like going to clean the plate as she kind of bows her head. Something I'll never repent for. Something I can never get back.
No, I suppose things that have happened in the past tend to be hard to reobtain or get back, but she was a little worrying, so to speak, when she was going all out, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, she seemed a little more, oh, what's a very tender way to say this? Homicidal.
Um,
And talking about burning down houses.
she is turning pale.
Well, I'll tell you what, Princess. I'll leave it at that, and if you want to bring it up
I,
later, well,
I did something awful to my home village, Diwali.
ah,
She's not looking at him. I'm not saying they were good people. Hell, they were fucking awful. And I'd kill every single one of them again. But
Jester,
something.
the one thing with stuff from the past like that is we can embrace it as part of someone who we are, or
She's
let it shape who we can be.
going to.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
She's gonna quickly like take out. Oh, actually, something that she said she didn't have when you all first met. It's a letter. This is the only reason that I would say that I have unfinished business. These words inside this fucking letter. They follow me. I swear to God, I'm gonna find the person who sent this. And if they're fake, I don't think I'll need to be Cecilia for that one. But
I see, yes.
not even Theo knows I got this. Didn't wanna worry him.
Well, Princess, my beak is sealed on that.
They're not a princess. Princesses give happy endings.
All right. Bry and Rylith and Grug. Is there anything you guys want to do while we're waiting for Theo to come back?
I'm just gonna go over to one of these chairs over in the corner there and like kind of like slouch and just kind of pat his stomach just because he just ate so much food.
Mm-hmm.
I just watches Bryla as she picks at her the last of her eggs and said, I don't think I've ever seen someone that tiny eat so much in the last couple of days.
Running for your life is good exercise.
I guess so. Well, I'm glad you're full. You need to be full to be able to do whatever the heck we're going to be doing soon as she eats everybody else's pickles because they've decided that they really like pickles.
Shrug is going to look up from the map he has been studiously sort of working on since last night and ask sort of a question that I guess just came to him, which is, Rylith, are you from the Underdark?
Yes.
Like the Faerun Underdark?
A little bit off, but yes.
So you know Neverwinter.
Not really. had I lived a little deeper. Uh, my 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 village of Drow were not the main village. Where I'm from, they did not worship Spider Queen. We
I
we
think she eats all of her followers, right?
not the most devout ones.
Ooh.
Hard
When
gamble to make, friend.
Bri just kind of like makes a face looking at both of them, like, "Are you serious?" As she eats more pickles.
no,
Well, it's
my
no joke.
my my family, they ran before I was born. They got away from Lolth, and they ended up worshiping Selene, who worships the moon and stars.
Red-headed drow, right?
Yes,
I met one before that was a red-headed Selenite, I guess they would call him. Not one of Lalt's meat. That's what he said.
yes. Dritz was one of the first.
Bringing them.
I don't know. Never met him.
Oh, if any of the stories about him are true, it's probably for the best.
Out
You
of
think there are any
character.
stories about us one day?
Sorry, out of character. I've actually never read the Dritz books, so I only know about Valis from the War of the Spider Queen series, and I
To,
love that character.
to be honest with you, Dritz always seemed like a player that just wanted to like the. If he was at the table, it would be like someone who just wanted to play against race at every decision.
All right. Oh, show, are you back?
Take the
That's not-
silence as a no.
I'm seeing that his thing's
Similar
going
sometimes.
off, but yeah. Could just maybe be some background feedback.
Possibly.
All right. What would you put? All right. Well, it's kind of hard to have the Theo speech without Theo.
We can keep role playing until he gets
Yeah,
back.
yeah. If you got, yeah, but say like if you guys got other stuff you want to do.
I'm really excited, of course, to have someone else
Yeah.
from the same world. Krug is just
Bri
Mhm.
sits
not
down
outwardly, but very happy.
Yeah.
next to Rylith, not on the candle, but like around there. Yeah.
Don't sit on the candle.
No, don't sit on the candle.
Don't let your dreams be mean. Sit on that candle.
I'm not from where you guys are from, but it sounds like an interesting place.
It's beautiful. There are how how do you say it? Bioluminescent crystals. They the roof of the cave, it looks like a sky full of stars, and there's no prejudice, there's no sexism. It's everyone was for themselves, for the community, until my dad started hitting me, and well, then my mother found out, and she took him out of the picture literally, and they found out, and so I had to leave.
I am so sorry. My goodness. That must be
Ostracized
really
by
hard.
ostracized by your clan, but for the decisions of another.
See, he, father was planning something. I don't know what, but he somehow, with his death, convinced everyone to hunt down me and my mother. And mother stayed behind as I ran. I honestly, I don't know if she's still alive. I hope she is, but
Let's could
there
definitely
was a
hope.
lot of them.
Sorry that happened to you.
It's okay. She's the one who taught me how to use magic. I think it was jealousy on my father's part. He could only ever be a soldier. He was never touched with the gift of magic like I was.
So kind of like me, and how everyone she gestures to the entire party and thubs her thumb can literally do magic. I can.
Oh, I'm just a swordsman. Don't say all that.
You can
Tabali,
cast magic. I've
yeah,
seen you do it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Tabali casts a little bit of prestidigitation on himself to kind of make his clothes pop and become a little bit more vibrant. I know a trick or two.
You know, I think the chicken smells cleaner today, guys. I don't know why. Must be fresher.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All
I
right.
You guys weren't
You
waiting
were,
on me, were you?
yeah, they were just role playing and stuff.
I did want to inform you guys a little bit that before we left the town before, I think someone was watching me. A
What?
cloaked and masked man. I think.
Hmm.
They very
Well, that.
clearly were looking at me and then they vanished into the crowd.
Hmm. Did you recognize them at all? I mean, I guess not by the way you're describing it.
They were completely covered. No identifying traits I could make out.
Darn.
But they
Well,
were
I ain't
definitely.
Oh, that's
looking.
right. I'm sorry. Real quick here.
Hmm.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nah, I forgot. We got him colored.
Do share, because then I can add details.
There you go. I just shared it in the Discord.
Alright.
I was already zoomed out and everything.
Oh. Okay, okay. Chester's gonna kind of think. He was a blonde. I remember that. Eye color, maybe blue.
Hmm.
Okay.
Would you say that'd be easy to pick out of a crowd should we see him again?
I don't think if he wanted to be seen, he can be. He showed himself to me for a reason, or maybe I was just lucky enough to have noticed him.
Hmm.
I. He wasn't happy to see me, I know that much.
Well, I'll definitely keep a bird's eye view out.
Just thought I'd inform you guys just in case he shows up to try and do something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then it is at that point, Theo, you can be kind of make your way in to inform everybody. Unless someone else had something else they like to do.
Nope. Not for me.
Like I got stuff that I could do, but since Theo's coming up to tell us, it can wait.
Okay.
Right, everyone. I've got a little bit of the information we need, and it's all interesting things you may want to gather for this.
Well, the floor's all yours, Sparks.
Tell us, tell us.
Right, so as many would have conducted before, this is not a natural virus. This is man made.
What?
Yes. the thing that gives this away is that it seems that only rats of this town are the carriers. When you are bitten and infected, you do not pass on the virus to another unless you are the rat. So, our little friends on the ground are what are our biggest concern. They
Hmm.
are the true carriers, and thus I will recommend that no one leave the house without wearing some type of boots or heavy defensive armaments on your legs. The most symptoms that have been shown for those that have infected or have reached the final stage of this virus have been bitten on their feet. So please keep that in mind should we venture out and try to find out what the core issue is of this plague. Furthermore, there is stages when you are infected. Stage 1 is more like flu symptoms, shortness of breath, coldness, sweating, and other such factors. Stage 2 will be more color decoloration of the skin. There will be more medical issues with bones. And stage 3, at that point, complete necropathy. Ergo, death.
Dear.
However, there may be a shining beacon in all this. Forrester has been working on some sort of, let's say, vaccine. And a lot of what could be ascertained from it are more alchemist ingredients, something, of course, that I am very well known with. If on our ventures into town, should we venture, few or many, if we see any type of alchemist like plants or anything you can identify as a plant, please bring it to my attention. It,
Jester, she's gonna give a thumbs up.
yes, it could help us make what could be a experimental vaccine that could help. However, there is a caveat to this. I figure it might be pretty straightforward, but if not, we would need to capture a stage 1 or stage 2 patient to test this on. And as far as I've been told, the complete transformation takes about 24 hours. There's 3 stages. Probably be about
8 hours per.
8 hours per step. Thank you, Forrester. I didn't know where you are, but thank you.
No problem.
Alright. So if we were to try to capture such excuse me, to capture a person with stage 1 or stage 2, time is of the essence. And again, to remind you all that you do not get the infection from biting. If we were to arrest a stage 1 or stage 2, it would not put your lives in threat for the virus. At least
Yes,
with
the
the preliminary
rats.
scans.
So just the rats to get us sick, but the actual people out there, they won't infect us, but they could still kill us.
Right, which is why that we do this if we can. If
Uh,
not, we don't impede the risk.
I'll just say this: if we're around those glowing ones, don't try to stay bunched up. La-
Yes, those are far beyond our possibility.
Yes,
Well,
I do remember those from the mansion.
the last
Yes,
time that happened, I literally got blown into a wall and almost died.
right.
Two questions, or two things I want you to help me understand, Theo.
Yes.
24 hours is a really, really short time. That means that from this moment right now, someone out there gets bit. We have 24 hours to get them in here at the longest. That's actually too long, isn't it? 16 hours at the longest to look at them.
Aye.
So, so that being said, I didn't see any other people. I only saw zombies and monsters and destruction. I saw no one.
Yes,
So
this is a
we need.
secondary objective, Krug. We are not. If we cannot do it, then we cannot do it. I will not risk your lives for the venture of one such cure. But if
No,
the
I'm
possibility
sorry, Theo. You,
arises,
you misunderstand me. I don't mind that. I need us to know where there are people in this city if you want me to go bring one back for you.
We need to
oh,
find them.
well, that's the difficult part. I am not sure.
A
Uh,
forester, though, he must know if there are any enclaves or any little pockets of people. He's been here this long. He would at least know smoke coming from chimneys or where supplies are disappearing. That kind of thing.
it, well, he knows his supplies have been raided constantly, and
Nowhere.
they could be, but it wasn't exactly something I brought up. Before anything got set, I wanted to bring it all forward to you. Now, if we were to accept this, we could delve further and try to get more information from Forrester. But I wanted you all to know what was at risk here.
I mean, we said we're in with this, with ya. Yeah. It may not be the disease we thought we were getting into.
And there may not be anyone to save.
But we're gonna try.
Right. There's
Don't worry,
also
Frosty, we got this.
yes. There's also more interesting news. You remember the name of the other doctor that was supposed to be here?
Terror?
Right. Apparently, her and Forrester were working together to try to find something, but their methods were differential. Forrester was looking more for research, or Tara was looking more for action. She took some silver bullets and ventured into town. It wouldn't be beyond us to find her about somewhere, albeit
Huh.
maybe not in the best condition.
Huh. My
How long
kind of
ago did you leave?
person.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Go ahead,
Krug?
Jester. Oh, go ahead, Chester.
Oh, I just said
Yes,
that's my kind of person.
Oh, I thought you asked what kind of person.
No.
I meant how long ago did she leave? Like, what kind of head start does she have on us?
um, I don't believe Forrester mentioned it to me. I would assume it hasn't been that long. Maybe.
24 hours is short if we're gonna find her.
Yes. Well, that would be again another secondary objective. The more that we can find out, the Diabolica, or the rat people, what they're called, is going to be our primary concern. They seem to be the ones not only manipulating the dead, but they also seem to be one of the prime suspects for our little magical science project here. Or at least that's what my theory is coming to. It would make sense since they can somewhat control the dead horde,
Right.
especially with those bells, which I don't know if those have magical incantations on them, but if we
Mm,
were to arrest a bell, it might work to our benefit.
he whistled. He didn't ring a bell. It was a
Oh,
whistle.
did he whistle?
Yeah, he
Yes.
whistled.
Ah,
Yes, it
then
seems to have.
But then
It
again,
seems to.
Jester was the one with the clearest view of him, so.
It seems to ring a bell that he actually whistled.
right. Uh, there, haha, Tabale, you are so
Yeah.
clever. Um, yes. Well, anyway, with the situation at hand and all the stakes up, we can now ask more definite questions. But this is the risk that everyone holds. I also have been studying up on possibly Lester restoration, which, if anybody does get unnecessarily bit, we're not out of the woodwork yet. Magical cleansing of the infection hasn't been properly tested yet. If we do see a subject, it might be worth it on the test.
Maybe, but what stage would they need to be in for that to possibly even work?
I'd imagine it'd have to be stage one. I think at stage two, it would be little to no effect. But
Isn't
this is
there a,
only a theory.
isn't there a higher casting of restoration that maybe could have worked for stage two?
I'm not sure. Can it be casted
There's
higher?
there's there's greater restoration. That's a fifth level spell.
Yeah, that's not. It's
That's
not a.
that's not really an option.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's one
Just
of the
just throwing
higher.
it out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not that versed in the greater caliber of it, but the less I can do.
Hmm. See.
We can get Elminster to come down. I'm sure he can take care of it.
Mm, right.
I
But
can also cast that spell as well.
lesser?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So we have options. I'm not
So,
Really does make
completely
me feel
devoid.
better.
what's the protection for us then, so we don't get bit by these rats?
Heavy armament on feet will be your greatest protector. That is where most of the symptoms come from. That is what you should protect the most.
Rat
So it
bite.
would be. She points to those two. Those two who need the armaments, because the rest of us are kind of, you know,
Yes.
already wearing heavy armaments.
Well, I can talk to Forrester about setting up something. See if we have anything that could be of use.
Hmm.
But
I've
this
never
is
been one for boots myself, but if need be, definitely don't want to be picking your brains the literal way.
well, if
I also don't want a
there
flying zombie.
well, there may be something I can do for you, but I'll have to find some scrap metal. Maybe Forrester might have something. I'll speak with him about it. But
Even
this
then,
is
we
what
still
we're
need a
at.
forge.
Yes. Well, this is where we're at now. And before we enter this, I wanted to know what you're all at risk to fight out there.
Hmm.
Theo, I don't think there's a chance you're leaving here without solving this, and we're not leaving here without you.
Well, not that we even can leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
He he freezes up a little bit. He's not exactly sure what to say. He just puts his hand over his mouth. But he'll bring it down and he'll smile. I appreciate that. I really. Right,
Sort of
right,
gives a shrug as to like this should be obvious.
Mhm.
right. I'll talk to Forrester about special acquisitions for the two.
I'd say
And
first thing, if while we're searching for the herbs, we need to get to that forge. That
all right,
forge is the only way we're gonna get weapons to face down. It's Diabolica, definitely. But
all right.
it'd also be good for the rest of you to have something that could hit them and deal the damage.
Mhm. Yes. Right. Let me talk to Forrester and we'll make plans from there. Just everybody just hold on a minute.
Hmm.
One,
Oh my
two.
goodness.
Oh, are
Three,
you actually
Rylith,
counting?
4.
Rylith,
Okay,
you
with
can repair
Theo's
things if
actually
I
have a
break
pep in
them,
his
right?
step.
What?
Forrester?
Wow.
What's happening? Sorry, everyone's talking at the same time. We'll get to, yeah, we'll get to you and Theo. Theo, we'll get to you and Forcer in just a second. Krug, were you saying something?
Rylith, you can repair things if I break them, right?
To a degree.
That's good enough. And Tabali, if I gave you shattered pieces of silver, could you attach them to your arrows makeshift for now?
For now, I do need to recover a few more arrows. I was fortunately, as we were running here, there were some I just couldn't get back for obvious reasons.
All right, then the best I can say is that if we run into the were rat, I'm gonna beat him to death with this jug.
I mean that
Yo,
My plan.
that would work.
hang on, give it to me. I can do it, and then me and my echo can both beat him with a jug.
Yeah. Well,
So then it would
my
be
idea was
a
to
so
break the
then it
jug
would
into
be he
equal
would be
shards
beaten to
from the
death with a
arrowhead.
nice set of jugs.
All right. Oh my god. All right. So you're gonna break the jug.
Well, if he doesn't have enough arrows anyway, there's no reason to do it. But the idea was to break the jug into pieces of silver and attach those to the end of the arrows. Makeshift, it would at least cut the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get you.
Hmm.
But
Um.
But
even then,
y-
bludgeoning weapon or a bunch of silver coins in a sock is all I got.
All right. We'll let you. We'll give you guys some time to theory craft that
Hmm.
later. We're gonna have to quickly then hop back over to Theo and Forrester there.
Right, right. All
Mhm.
right. So apparently I'm on a time trial now. So let's
Uh,
make some correct questions. When it comes to Terror, how long do you think she's been out?
oh, she's been gone for about 4 days.
4 days. Oh, so this is more room to cover. Okay. Right. You said you might need to secure a forge. Have you seen anything like that in the city?
Yes, there's a forge to the south of here.
Hmm. To the south.
Yes. Yeah. I believe your friend Krug has. I gave him a map. He should have a good idea of where you would need to go.
Right. And when it comes to possible survivors, have you seen any smokestacks, any forms of light, anything?
There has. The entire town isn't lost, although that actually brings up an interesting question. It seems as if there's more people in Leone than there was in Leone.
What do you mean?
Well, you saw those hordes of people. That's not all of them. They weren't all just hanging around that one gate. But I know for a fact that Leone is on the smaller side of the populace here in Borca. But
So yeah,
yes, I would say that there's more zombies than there is the population of the town. Even if you include possible tourism that was going on when the epidemic first started, might be something to look into.
right. Okay. Okay.
But sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. To answer your question, though, yes, there are indeed still some people alive here in the city. They tend to mostly keep to themselves and only go out if absolutely necessary. Normally, if they're on the brink of starvation or fleeing with one of the were rats to gain their gift.
Right. Right. So, in your professional opinion, what do you think we should be aiming for first?
I mean, as a doctor, I would say trying to find the ingredients on that list would be my personal top priority. I can't speak for everyone in your party. The second I would say would be arming yourselves with silver. It's only a matter of time before Diabolico decides to gather enough lichens to do a full-on raid or whatever else it is he's planning.
Right. So, securing the forge would most likely be a
Would
more
be
primary
high up then.
objective.
One of them. Again, though, if you aim to slay the were rats, yes, then I would suppose getting into that forge and getting yourself some real silver weapons, not just a few hunks of silver from a coin.
Right. Well, the more reason I say that we go possibly for the forge would be to secure some weapons that, in case we do run into the former with the were rats and they impede our ability to gain the um the supplies,
Yes,
then
of
it's
course.
something we could. But I would probably suggest that first over the other. But
Yes. whatever order you decide to do is fine for me. The the epidemic isn't going to go anywhere. I don't believe. I'm certainly not going anywhere.
Right. Okay. I think that's everything, and I went over a minute. I'm not going to hear the end of it now. All right, Forrester. I think we're going to speak it over and start making adjustments to go out and
Mm,
most likely secure the forge, and then start looking for the supplies.
very good. Oh, if you're going to head out, and he's going to head out, kind of leave over. He's gonna pull out some rack shackled iron and like some kind of like boots. I'm not sure about your Aarakocra. You'll have to jury rig something for the Aarakocra, but the Drow should be able to wear these if they don't want to get infected.
Yes, I informed everybody of this. This will help out greatly. Thank you, Forrester.
No, no worries. Good luck, my friend. Um, if when you want to enter the door, and he's just gonna teach. He's gonna show you like a knock that he'll use to know if that's you.
Hmm.
Um, yes, this will be something like that. It's a very it's kind of like a very complex sort of like there's a knock and then there's like a respond knock and then there's like to kind of both verify and then a third verify back from you kind of deal. We're gonna just say like you know it just so um when you want to come back in you know how to get back in because he's not just gonna open the door for anyone who knocks.
Yeah. Okay.
You know because who the who the fuck could it be, right?
Right.
Who the
Okay.
fuck are you?
All right.
Who is you? Right. I know I took more longer than a minute, but hear me out.
I stopped
Hear me out.
counting after 20.
Yeah, 63, 64.
Shut up.
Right. So, I would probably address the elephant in the room. God forbid we're going to most likely have to fight the Diabolica. So I would say securing the forge to the south, which Forster tells me that Krug, he is giving you a map of sorts.
Yes, I've got a map. Sorry, I didn't think that I'd mentioned. I didn't realize I hadn't mentioned it. Here, look, look.
Yes. So the forge, he says, is in the south. So with
It
your
is.
map,
It's a walk though, Theo. It's gonna be a while.
well, it could take a while, but it's the most definite source of protection we'll need
And
because it may impede what would be, I would say, the second solution would be is to grabbing the herbal supplements to make the cure.
maybe along the way we get lucky and maybe find something like that.
Mm,
But we shouldn't be actively looking for it.
yes, the necessary issues that would be more that we will need to gather those supplies, and that will start to encumber weight in time. Things that may set us up for an ambush. I don't believe these rat men are so stupid or naive to just let us wander, knowing that we're here.
I can carry up to 500 pounds.
And don't
I
forget,
should
we did manage to nab, and Tibali does pull out the bag of holding, that we had gotten from the from the mansion on our way in. We do have alternate ways of carrying things as well.
Yeah.
So then we have some solutions to that problem. Good. Good.
Though I'm still a little concerned about this bag. I've been making sure to keep it closed every time that we go to rest.
It looks like you wrapped extra twine around the top.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Bali actually did like add more things to secure it because don't forget when we first got that bag of holding, it was left open with claw marks and fingernail marks being dragged into the bag.
Yeah.
Dabali has not forgotten that, and he's
I'm
not. And I'm going to do what I can not to let the DM let the bagman on us.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to mess up, man. That's my whole. That's my whole end goal for this whole. That's, I don't care about the campaign. I just want you to forget to close the bag, and then the game will be over because I'll have done everything I wanted to do.
Right. In
Anyways,
the
sorry.
effort to protect everyone from the virus, he's gonna hand Rylith over the boots that he got from Forster. And Tabali, me and you may need to sit you down for a fitting. I have some steel here that I may be able to cover your talons
What if
in some
you
way.
what if you take like some clothing, padding, then put on the parts where they'd be able to attack the most with the metal, then
I mean, that could be done as well.
it's just a shoe with steel.
Yes, I. Yes, you. In layman's terms, it is just a shoe with steel on it.
Don't try to swim in them.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
not much for swimming myself anyway.
Again, I can't swim, so
Yes, but Tabali, are you okay with
Marty,
this?
we're gonna have to deal with that in the future.
Well, I suppose, but don't take too long. I am ticklish.
I'm
Alright.
not looking to tickle you, Tabali.
wait. If we
Tabali
take it
just
with one of your
smirks.
own, if we take one of your own feathers and we tickle your foot with it, will you laugh?
Well, I don't know. If we took one of your hairs and tickled you with it, would you laugh?
I'd probably sneeze, depending on where you're tickling.
That is a fair point.
All right. So just for time's sake, we'll
Yeah.
say that it doesn't take very long to figure out a boot for Tabali there.
Hmm.
I'll make the item later that kind of will give you the disadvantage by giving you also the disease resistance or whatever.
Yeah. Would that
Uh,
impact flight at all?
no,
Okay.
no, these won't mess with your AC in any way.
Okay.
It's just purely to
It'll just
And
give me
little bird shoot.
disadvantage on stealth.
yeah, and but you won't have to worry about making checks for possibly contracting the disease.
Okay.
They're little bird shoes.
At least through passively.
Hmm.
Anyways, so are you guys planning on going to the forge? Is what I need to know.
Yes.
Tabali is definitely one to say. It's like, well, that we should get ourselves the defenses and ways to actually hurt things before we go for the cure.
Okay.
Yeah, Theo would also recommend this as this is a solid, more as the alchemist stuff. We would be firing sparingly and probably could be various anyway.
Yeah. All right. It's just I just want to make sure that the whole group is okay with that.
I have a question.
Yes.
With me being a druid and not being allowed to wear metal,
This is fine. We're gonna
Okay.
just yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm not like much like the Eric Hawkers don't normally wear boots. I'm not gonna screw you for race or class choice.
Yep. Chris is not
Okay.
being racist or classist.
Yeah.
We are
Um,
very inclusive here.
Yeah. Okay. So I know where you guys are heading because unless anyone else has anything else for you like to do, I'm just going to assume you guys are going to head out.
Yep. Let's go.
In which case, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
That's what
Yeah.
That's what I was figuring was going to happen. Like we're
Mhm.
sitting
Yeah.
at about the 9 o'clock time, and it's usually
Yeah.
9:30 that we go. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick end to my stream, and then I'll be right back to have
Okay.
any post game chat that people like to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll do the same, but
Yep.
I'll probably restart my stream later to just maybe play a game or two of balloons.
Cool. Of course.
Well, it's nice having you on stream, Junie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna go say goodbye to them real quick.
Okay.
Bye,
Ugh.
stream.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and non binary pals, that is the end of the stream. That is the end of Welcome to Borca for this year. or not this year, for this week. We will have another episode coming up next week, so make sure you tune in. Tune in next week for our next episode at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is actually 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern type deal. If you're anywhere in between there, you got to do the math to figure it out yourself. Coming up this weekend on Saturday, I will be playing Curse of the Sea Rats. The game is officially out. It is actually officially launched as of tomorrow. Might actually be ready in about an hour or so, but I will not be streaming it until the weekend. I am so looking forward to that. I did make an announcement on my server for that on my Discord, so that is there. The next D&D stream will be this Wednesday, or this next Wednesday, I should say, coming up for another episode of Borca, and then following that for that weekend, that will also be a D or a D&D Candle Keep weekend. And what we are going to do is my buddy, my pal, the great Gav Cactus is playing Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. And we are going to go raid Gavin. So, with that there, we do have our normal kitty raid that we usually say. Let me just make sure I got it here. Let me just double check my clipboard. No, all right. So we are actually going to type it out here just because it's going to make it so much easier. You know, I keep meaning to give myself a macro for this. All right, so yes, like I said, we are going to go raid my buddy, my pal, the great Gav Cactus. Make sure you tune in on Saturday for Curse of the Sea Rats, and make sure you tune in next Wednesday for more Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome to Borca. In the meantime, like and subscribe if you like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit that follow here on Twitch, and if you like it, if you like my stuff so much here on Twitch, even send me that subscription. Every subscription helps out, man.